do every week. We do the rankings of the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and this week we're doing Guardians of the Galaxy, which came out came out in 2014, just merely 7 years ago, 8 years ago, 2022,
8 years ago.
Eight, yeah.
8. Damn.
Time passes by.
It went like 5 years ago. Nah, my homie, it's 8 years.
I don't know math.
Like everything's a blur after 2016.
After 2012, done. It all blended together.
Dude, I have that like seriously bad for 2006 to 2008. Like all those years are like blended in for me. Like
Yeah,
sometimes I'll hear like something or watch something from like that like area, and I'll be like, oh, that was in 2010. Like, no, homie, it's 2007. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you know Kevin and Bean, right? The old morning show.
Yeah.
There's this fan who uploaded every episode from November 2006 all the way into the end. So I drive an hour to work. Each episode is 2 hours, so I can watch like basically one a day.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back and started watching all of them since I want to say since like early December of last year. And we're in August, right? So I've been watching like almost one a day, and I am in the middle of September 2007.
So we're still fine.
So like I skip like some weeks because they go on vacation and he recorded the replays too.
Yeah.
But dude, like all the stuff like they talk about, like it's crazy to me because then like things start coming like, oh yeah, that happened like in early 2007 or like May or like that spring, like there were a bunch of celebrities like going inside cars without undies on. So they were like flashing their vaginas. And then like Paris Hilton getting arrested for DUIs and actually going to jail. And I was like, oh shit, she actually did go to jail.
Yeah,
for like 3 weeks.
The Ralph Garman, what was it? The Hollywood?
Yeah, like all this stuff, dude. Like I don't know, it's just crazy. Like Borat came out and like so they went to the premiere. Like I started to remember all this shit about like Borat. Like, damn, everybody was fucking saying like very nice and like all this shit. Like,
oh god, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So
I don't even.
I was gonna say, so going to 2014, what were you doing around that time? Right when this movie came out. What came out around this time? What came out in 2014?
It's cool to like try to remember what happened.
Yeah, but also the present, you're like, I don't remember that at all. Like I know it was there and stuff happened, but what the hell?
We had 2014 Interstellar, 2014 Whiplash, 2014 Gone Girl, 2014 John Wick. That's a good year for movies.
Damn.
Yeah,
2014 was the first young John Wick. It's crazy.
Yeah, we're getting fucking John Wick 7 now. What is it now?
I think 4.
John Wick in space.
I'll still watch that. I love John Wick.
I still haven't seen it. This is not on my to-do list, but What We Do in the Shadows came out in 2014. The Hobbit came out. Battle of the Five Armies. So is that the third one? Tusk came out.
Oh, Tusk. I remember that.
Oh, Tusk.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out. You know, Garfield.
Dude, I didn't watch that one. I didn't watch the first one too. I didn't watch any of the Garfield ones.
Yeah, me neither.
They're strongly okay.
They're strongly okay.
Yeah.
It's just like when they showed Electro, I was like, I don't know.
So this movie had a budget of $232 million with a box office of $772 million. So it made his money back a little bit.
Money, nice. It'll still claim as a loss.
But you didn't hit billion. Billion.
Billion or bust.
So, as we're taking a little stroll back in time, what do you guys remember before watching it the first time back in the day? Let's start with you, Serge. Before watching this movie, what were your feelings of the Guardians of the Galaxy, if you remember at all?
The only thing I really remember is just being surprised as who was gonna be Star Lord, because they they're a lot different than they are in the books. Like,
So you read the books before watched the movie or the
I
comic
knew
books?
I knew some of it. Like I didn't really like follow all of that stuff because in comics there's like a bunch of stuff, and especially like if you're into like certain years, like you'll miss a lot of stuff.
Yup.
But like I knew of him and I seen like the character, and like he was basically like a Cyclops type character, which is like very serious, like not that goofy parts. I was like Chris Pratt. I was like, all right. This is because I only knew Chris Pratt too, like as a chunky dude from
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Recs. Yeah.
I love them on Parks and Rec.
Yeah, so that was a surprise to me. So I was like, whatever. Like I didn't think it was gonna be as good as it was, and basically because of the last one before this was fucking Thor. Like
No, before this is Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier, right?
But Thor just left such a bad taste in his mouth. Like, ugh. Ugh.
Yeah, another movie about being in space.
Yeah, I was really excited that it was gonna be like in space. Like, oh, they're finally heading out in space, because there's like a bunch of stuff that goes on in space. Like with superheroes, like Avengers go to space, X-Men go to space, like everybody goes to space. So it was
Everybody can breathe
that
out
it was
here.
finally- yeah, so it was finally cool that this movie's gonna be set in like all these different planets, and that expanded right the movie universe too, because then now there's like this whole other fucking planets, and so the Marvel movie universe got bigger. It wasn't just like, oh, it's Earth, and then they're gonna come down here.
How about you, Percy? Where were you for
So-
Guardians of the Galaxy? What did you know
Yeah.
beforehand? And then
I didn't. I knew like they existed. I didn't know the characters. I didn't know. All I knew is from other people saying like, yeah, they sucked back in the day. Like so, and they didn't know how this was gonna work. And I'm like, I haven't read anything, so I don't know. But I'm like, after Winter Soldier, I'm like, all right, let's go, because Thor did leave a bad taste. Like, ugh, like why even?
Thor was great.
Wait till it goes
I don't
on
know what you're talking
DVD or rent it out. But then after Winter Soldier, I'm like, all right, let's go. And I forgot who was like, I think it was Jose. There's one like, no, let's go, let's check it
it was
out.
me, Austin.
Or probably Edgar. And I was very surprised, and I was like, oh wow, this is fucking good.
For me, I knew nothing. I don't know who the Guardians of the Galaxy were. I saw the trailer with Chris Pratt doing the stupid Jack in the Box finger thing, and I went,
That was great.
I'm in. Batista's in it, and I was like, I know Batista. I know that name. At this point, I don't know who Zoe Saldana was. I don't know who. I think I knew of Bradley Cooper. I didn't picture like he's a raccoon. There's a raccoon in this. Yeah,
The guy
okay.
from Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, and like I didn't know so much, and then like later I found out like they're not even the original Guardians of the Galaxy. There's a whole other team that they later showed in other movies, but like they're not even the original ones.
Goddamn originals. All right, so you guys watched it recently. Started watching it like 5 times in 1 week. What do you guys think of this Guardians of the Galaxy movie?
It was alright.
Was it okay?
It was very good, especially because I remember it being good and rewatching. I'm like, yep, it still holds up to it. Still good. Serge.
Yes, it was all right. Like Percy said, I was like up to this point, I think it was like the best Marvel movie that had come out up to this point.
Yeah,
But like to me, it would have been number one. Like they would have stopped the list here and like, oh, no more Marvel movies. So like, oh,
I
guess
finished strong.
And on a high note.
Yeah, for me rewatching it, the only reason I had to like split it in two sessions that I got busy, but I was like the first was like, okay, 5 more minutes. Like, I just want to watch a little bit more. But for me, I feel like it goes so well together. Like there's no real like no real time, and like even with the time like between action scenes when there's like a little breather, it's still like things are still happening. It's not just like, all right, we're just gonna stop this for the sake of stopping. Like story is still progressing. Everyone's interesting except for the villain, who's okay. Like, and then At least that's what I used to think too. With the villain, I think he's like the weakest point of this. And then going into this, like he's still pretty weak, but at least like I still don't know his reasons for being villainy. But he just wants to destroy these peoples, the Nova Corps. He wants to destroy them. Why? Who cares? Let's move forward. He's
Because
evil.
they're different. That's why. Their culture. He hates their culture. I think he really says that at one point in the movie.
Yeah, he just I guess they were at war with them, his planet, and then his planet got basically like bitch slapped around, and he didn't like it. So
It's
he
our
thinks like
turn.
they mistreat him and shit, and he just wants to destroy them because they're like, oh, look at this guys, they think they're better than us, and that's why he hates them.
But they were better than you. They
We're
beat your ass.
better the whole time, you know.
But Pace Lee as Ronin, that was good. That was like good casting, and like it's just looks like, oh well, they definitely killed him. Like there's no coming back from that. Like that scene where he turns on Thanos and he's like, boy, like I was like, oh, they're gonna fight or they're gonna do something, but
Yeah, they
But it
teased
didn't.
that. Was gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be interesting, and like, oh,
Okay. You know what? Let me go battle the Guardians first, and then I'll get to Thanos.
and then like they made him surprisingly like super strong because they couldn't beat him unless it was for the stone.
yeah, freaking Drax gets wrecked twice.
Yeah,
was
yeah, and it
Freestone.
wasn't like, oh, he got his ass kicked that first time, like, oh, he's gonna come back and power up. Nope, he got his ass whooped again.
yeah, yep.
Yeah, Drax made no power level movements. It is like, you know what? Let me take him on again.
Yeah, let me try the same thing I tried last time. I'm sure it worked this time. But you know, that's what I liked about it too, because then you can tell like up to the end, like, oh, how the fuck are they gonna beat him? Like, there's no way. Like, there's other movies like you can tell, oh, this is where you know the superhero comes back and they kick their ass. Like all of a sudden they get like a power through friendship shit, right? And then in this one it didn't. It wasn't until they got that fucking stone that they proved was like super powerful, and like that's the only way they beat him.
Yeah, 'cause I like the scene where they think they shoot the thing, and it's like, oh, I didn't do shit.
Yeah, like he's just
fuck.
like there, like oh, and then the whole fucking ship drops on him and like nothing too, like
Nah,
oh
we're good.
well.
We're fine.
And then like these guys just kept getting their asses kicked. I mean, they basically one of them died.
Yeah, sacrificed himself to protect the other. Others.
Yeah, and it still was alive, and he still wasn't gonna kill him, and it wasn't because of the stone.
So you guys ready?
Yeah. I'm all hyped up now.
You guys ready for the plot?
Let's do it.
You guys think anyone is 100% dick?
Well, Ronan for sure.
We start off with little Peter Quill listening to some music. Serge, you're gonna have to help me out with all the music, so if you know.
Yeah, hold on.
Well, he's listening to his music, and Grandpappy's right there. He's like, "Hey, take that shit off. We gotta go see your mom in the hospital. She's in bed. She's about to go."
Oh, the
And-
first one is just 10cc, Not in Love, something like that. I think it's called. That's the first one I remember because it's like it starts like super like kind of like sad, and you're like, what the fuck? And then this kid is just there.
So again, he takes off his headphones, talks to his mom. Hey, take care until your daddy comes back. She reaches out for his hand. The little kid's like, little Peter Quill's like, I ain't touching you. And she passes away. Never gets to hold her hand. Runs away. Goes out runs to the outside, all crying and shit, with his gift in his backpack, and then takes off into space. He gets picked up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, yeah, that's interesting. And then we go off into space. Oh, yeah, this is what, 1985? 86?
1988.
88.
88.
88, baby.
Yeah, so Peter Quill is probably like the superhero close to our age. So he's our hero.
Yeah. That's why he's an asshole.
I don't know. Before watching this movie, I thought it was like earlier, like 82, 83. But like then looking back on like all the references, like Footloose and pretty much
Yeah.
everything from later on, like even in the second movie, is like, oh yeah, he's a little bit later on.
Yeah, and I think that's like it came out when a lot of us were like that age, so we got like all those references too. Like they 2014 were like what 28 something like that.
Wait, something.
Yeah. So like we're old enough to go to the movies a lot of times and like, oh yeah, that reference, that, oh he's fucking Pac-Man and like all this shit, like the songs, like, oh, I remember hearing that song. And like the trolls and that stuff.
So on this other planet, we see this dude in a mask. The spoilers, it's Peter Quill. He's scanning it,
What?
he's scanning the whole planet. He sees like a whole city with this little scanner thing. And I know he puts on his little video cassette thing. He puts on his player and hey, hey, what's the?
Yeah. That's Come and Get Your Love by Redbone.
I think when I first saw it, and that song came out, I'm like, this is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a good time. I'm just liking the way he's just dancing around, having a good time.
Yeah, kicking the shit out of the rat thing.
He's just beating the shit out of him, using his turbo boots, his fucking Turbo Man boots to jump these little gorges.
Turbo Man.
And he ends up getting this this big circle thing, this little. He Indiana Jones this whole area, and then like uses all the little machines to bypass the force field and puts out this thing, and then these like bounty hunters come out and it's like, hey, it's you. And they're like, no, it is. That's not me. I'm Star-Lord, you know. And he gets hooed. He gets hooed.
Who?
Come on, man, Star-Lord.
Star-Lord.
Oh, Digimon Hansu.
I always can never remember his name.
Yeah.
It's always like it's that guy.
I've seen you before.
I just know his last name is Hansu, but I know how to spell his first name. I don't know how to pronounce it, or I forget how to pronounce it, so I just say Digimon.
So we get a nice little escape scene where he has to battle all these people. He sometimes makes it to a ship, and they have like a little. Like, the ship gets disabled at some point. He has to like figure out how to like fly this thing again. Like he's trying to get to it. He gets to it. Finally starts taking off. Everything's okay, and then the girl pops out. And he's like, "Hey, I just like that. That's his opening, like, you know, character development is like, or like introduction to him is like, all right, so this is one of these type of guys." And next scene is pretty much, I forgot where he's heading, but he gets a phone call from Yandu.
Oh, that girl who tells him, who answers the phone.
Yeah,
That shirt that she's wearing, it's the shirt that he was wearing when he was a little kid and he got abducted.
yeah, like you're gonna see all the shit that he had come back to play at one point or another.
Yeah.
That's like the first like reference back to his past, huh? Unless they already mentioned the ship, the Milano.
The Milano, because of Alyssa Milano.
What was she on?
Who's the boss?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think that was too late for me. I never watched Who's the Boss. But Yandu's all pissed. Hey, boy, I'm from The Walking Dead. You remember me? And then I went, hey, it's that guy from The Walking Dead. And he's all pissed, like, hey, where are you? I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna find your ass. He's like, yeah, don't worry about it. Oh yeah, he was heading to sell the thing. Did they ever give
orb.
it the orb? Yeah, did they ever give it a name? Because they know it was Infinity Stone at this point.
No, it's just the
orb,
I think.
the
Yeah.
thing, the thingamajig. But they're like, yeah, we're gonna come get your ass. And he's like, yeah, okay, cool. And they hang up on each other. And I think the next part is the introduction to our main baddie, our main villain. When he gets like born out of the thick blood, and he just comes out of it. They throw sand on his ass to dry his ass off, I guess. They haven't invented towels yet. And he has somebody already captured.
Yeah, he's from the planet of the Nova Corps. Like, we signed a peace treaty. Like, I'm gonna get a bitch.
What else? Yeah, and we got Gamora and God, I always forget her name. Robot girl.
Nebula.
Nebula. She's half robot at this point, dude. She's
True.
and we find out that they're both daughters of Thanos, which are not really daughters of Thanos, but they're daughters of Thanos. And does he kill him in this scene, or is that later?
Yeah.
Later.
No, that's there. He smashes the dude's head and like the blood pours through the back. Or whatever that thing he has the guy on. Like I don't even know what is that. Like
A blood sacrifice without really needing his blood. He's like, you know what? Our ancestors used to do this shit. Ah, we need the blood.
why? I don't know. But fuck it. Tradition.
So we end up going to. Was this Nova or no? Is it some other city, other planet?
What's the planet's name?
The one where Peter goes to try to sell the orb?
Yeah.
That is Nova.
Yeah, so he ends up on Nova. We're there with Rocket and Groot, and they're all
Talking shit.
Rocket's just looking at everyone, like scanning everyone, just talking shit to everyone. We see Stan Lee cameo. Look at this old man. Where's his wife? And
You talk about the baby?
yeah.
What did he say? He goes, look, can he walk by himself? Learn how to walk.
Learn how to walk. It's amazing, like, to me, because at this point I didn't know Bradley Cooper, and I didn't know like freaking he was Bradley Cooper, but that's just his voice. Like he barely do anything to his voice to make it sound like that. That's just him talking.
That's
Yeah,
him talking. He's just changed his voice naturally. It's not like they did it like in post production or anything. That's how he's really talking.
It's just so interesting. I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude, when I remember too, when they like Bradley Cooper, I was like, he could play Star Lord. What the fuck is he playing Rocky Raccoon? And I was like, how the fuck they're gonna do that? And like the whole casting was weird too, like Vin Diesel. Like, but the tree doesn't talk. What the fuck are they gonna do? Oh, they're gonna ruin it. Like I remember I was so like doubting this movie. Now all this stuff is coming back. And also too, people were complaining about the guns, because in the books, his gun is a elemental gun.
Mm-hmm.
So it could fire ice, fire, lightning, and something, wind probably. And then here they were just like, oh, they're not gonna do that because that's too corny. Wait, you're making a movie about a raccoon and a fucking talking tree, and the guns are too corny. And I was like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, we're fucking everything up. They're ruining the vision.
And then like oh, the Nova Corps are gonna come out, and I was like, they're gonna put Nova.
They're mixing everything together.
No, like the Nova thing is fine because later on he joins Guardians. But I was just like, like I don't know. I think they're probably trying to fit too much. It's gonna be crazy. Like, oh, it's gonna suck. Yeah, I remember. Now I'm getting flashbacks.
Now the hate's flowing again.
and the planet area was called Xandar.
Yeah, Xandar.
The Xandarians.
Yeah.
So Peter's trying to sell the orb, and the guy that he's trying to sell it to is like, yeah, I'll buy this. Wait a minute. You're working for not for Thanos, for the other evil dude. You're working for this guy? Oh, you betrayed this dude? And you're like, for Roman? You're like, we're not, I'm not messing with this guy, and kicks him out. And then that's when he meets Gamora outside. Tries to talk her up. She fucks him up. Fucks him up immediately. Takes his shit. And then we get like a nice little action scene between pretty much everybody. That Groot like goes and fucks everyone, captures them all as the twigs, and he like branches out and captures everyone, and then like fucks up and like doesn't know who to capture. And Rocket's all like, "You stupid tree!" Pretty much. Like, what the fuck are you doing? But at this point, this is when the Nova Corps wing gets involved, and then fucking John C. Reilly's here. The fuck is John C. Reilly doing here?
It was great. Best part of the movie.
Fucking walk hard. Dewey Cox is here.
This is the other one that surprised me too that I had forgotten until I saw him. Was like, that's motherfucking Glenn Close.
Yeah, as a Nova Prime.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Just everyone. Everyone's here. It's fucking Smash.
Fucking multiverse.
So yeah, we're on. They start getting the introduction of everyone, and that's when I got the nice little scene. Oh, I don't know. I did that. My bad.
Whoops.
I don't know why. Even seeing, like, I've seen that part 100 times. It still gets me. Like, it's so good.
I love the end of that scene because he like brings it down and comes back up. He's like, oh,
I don't know. I don't know what happened. Talk about Rocket, how he's an experiment, how Groot is a tree, and he's pretty much Rocket's sidekick. Gamora's daughter of Thanos. They get sent to the prison, to the floating space prison. And everyone wants Peter Quill's ass, pretty much. Peter Quill and Gamora. Everyone wants both of them.
When Rocket's like, you starts yelling like, "Oh, this here is our booty."
Only we get to clap them.
Listen here. This is our booty. It's just, especially, and like Groot sticks his like fingers up the guy's nose, nostrils.
I'm like,
That-
did he kill him? Like
that
shit.
thing, that thing that he puts the nose up, that guy,
Yeah.
the voice is on Nathan Fillion.
The fuck?
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
I remember at the very beginning, he's just
Yeah.
like laying on the ground as they're walking away. Like it's like all
Yeah,
crying to
yeah.
the We got the intro to Batista being all fucking crazy, jacked and blue, and with all these red marks on him. I thought he looked awesome. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I wonder how much time in makeup that was. Like him, Gamora, just all day in
Yeah,
makeup.
no. Still, like really committed to the thing, dude. Because imagine getting painted like all over like that. Didn't what's her face from the X-Men complain about that, and that's why she quit?
Yeah.
Lawrence?
Jennifer something, Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Like
she was
just
playing
make me a
Mystique.
normie. Like, do you know who Mystique is? She's blue.
And the thing is that for most of the movie, she's just in like human form. So like, imagine being Gamora, dude. Like you're just painted green the whole time.
So we get to the middle of the night.
Or Bradley Cooper. I don't know how they fit him in that Rocket Raccoon.
So I
They
looked it up.
R2D2'd him in the little suit.
It said it in the original film that it took around 5 hours for Batista to get in the
5 hours.
yeah.
Damn, bro, and just sitting there and then getting up. Damn.
Yeah. Then at least in the sequel, they were able to cut it down to 90 minutes.
I would also imagine another fucking 5 hours.
Imagine to get all done up and then like, oh yeah, we're not shooting your scenes today, motherfucker. Like,
And I'm sure that
Shoot
happened.
something.
It must have happened, like something went wrong, like a light broke or, technical difficulties. Like, oh, we're only doing 30 minutes of filming because we fucked up. So,
ooh, we fucked up pretty hard, guys. So we're no Batista scenes. No Batista scenes. You know what? We're gonna do some Batista. If Batista threatens you.
That's right. It's a big dude.
So it's the middle of the night, and all these prisoners get up and they threaten Gamora. They're like, "Hey, you're a daughter of Thanos. We're gonna fuck you up." Then Batista Drax shows up. He's like, "If anyone's gonna fuck her up, I'm gonna fuck her up." And he gives his whole life story about how not Thanos, Roman came to his planet, fucked everyone up, killed his daughter, killed his wife, and he laughed. Then Peter Quill comes in and saves the day. He's like, "Hey, instead of killing her, we can go and get Roman because he's gonna want to kill her too." He's like, Like he thinks about it for a little bit. Wait a minute. 1 and 1 plus 2. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, we could do that. And like, yeah, you could fucking put this finger across his throat. Why would I put my finger across his throat? No, you would slice his throat.
He's like, no, I would cut off his
I
head.
can't even get through the fucking whole scene. Like, I would cut off his whole head. I wouldn't just slice his throat. And I don't know if it was here later on, but they explained that he's, I forgot what he is, but he takes everything literally. You don't understand metaphors, or what the hell was it?
Yeah, I think they explained it when they're inside the, like,
Oh, in
The
the
guard?
ship when they're,
Yeah.
when they're escaping.
yeah.
So he takes the knife, he steals it. I like this knife. It's mine now. Like, you guys all said it's my favorite knife. So we got the scene where they're all in the kitchen area, they're about to eat, and they're laying out the escape plan, the heist plan. It's time to escape. Rocket saying, I'm gonna need a bunch of shit. I'm gonna need that leg. I'm gonna need that box up there behind us. As he explaining this, fucking Groot's already going for the box. And he goes and fucking takes that shit like immediately. Like, all right, guys, we're doing this shit now. Peter has to go get the guy's leg. Okay. I don't know what's Rocket's infatuation with him just wanting shit, right? Because he wants the leg here. He wants the
eyeball later.
The eyeball in part 2. He wants the eyeball.
He wants the arm super later on. Was it Bucky's arm?
Bucky's arm.
Just
Thor's eye. Doesn't he want Thor's eye?
No, he gave him.
Or he gives him. Oh, yeah, he gives it to him.
So, yeah, a bunch of crazy shit's happening. Everyone's trying to escape. They're trying to get all these things. And then Peter's negotiating with the guy. Like, no, we just need your leg, you know?
I like how everybody else took everything by force, and he's over here like asking, like, "Come on, man,
Please, come on,
Please, be nice, man."
I forgot how Rocket gets his gun, but they do the whole back-to-back scene where Rocket's on the back of Groot and he's just blasting one.
Drax gives it to him."
Yeah.
Oh, Drax throws it to him, right?
Chucks it at him.
Yeah, he beats up some guards, takes one, and then throws it at him.
So they all end up in that center console area where like the control area, and everyone's just mad at each other still the whole fucking time.
Of course.
And Peter shows up with the leg. I got you the leg. Oh, he gave it to you? Like, yeah, I paid him like 32,000 credits or some shit. Was he all howling around or something? He's all like excited.
So fucking laughing at it. Like, oh, man, I can't believe it.
Oh, he's such a dick. I love it.
So all the guards outside start blasting like the whole center console area. Shit's about to break, and then Rocket turns off all the gravity. Everyone's all floating around. And then the area gets detached. And we're like, oh, okay, this is the thing that happens, right? Turns out that whole middle area was a ship, or at least like a little thing to move around. They escape that area, and they end up getting to the Milano. Oh no, they go get their ship first, and then they go head into the Milano. And then the Milano, Peter's like, they forgot my shit. Like they didn't give me all my things. They kept the Walkman, but he doesn't say that. They're like, all right, you guys take off without me if I don't come back in time. And he goes and fucking picks up his headphones with the guy's all fucking rocking out too. Like,
It's my shit.
So I forgot. Like I thought they stayed for him, but I forgot. Like
They had to because they were gonna leave his ass, and then they opened the bag and like, son of a bitch took the orb.
Yeah,
the orb
so
was
they
in the
had to wait
bag,
for
so
him.
they had to wait for him.
No, but even before that, I thought they had like they stay like I thought they stayed like in the area because waiting for him. It's like in the area where the ship was, but they floated off like a little bit just to get away from the area. And he puts on his Star-Lord mask and takes off. He flies towards it, giving us a little hint that this thing is pretty powerful. He can float in space for a little bit with it. And at this point, they're trying to decide what to do. They're trying to figure out what to do with the orb. Like, hey, we could go turn this thing in, get lots of money. 14 million, 15,000 billion credits, or whatever numbers they keep on throwing out that don't mean anything. So they decide to go turn it into the collector on nowhere.
Yeah, in nowhere. The head of Celestial.
Which means nothing until later on.
So later.
I just
Yeah,
like
and
to throw hits of it. Throw little hits of these things in there.
Yeah, so then you gotta think of like, well, what the hell could fucking rip the head off of Celestial?
Yeah, his head just floating by.
That's crazy. Who could it be?
Who done did it? At this point, Yandu went to the guy that was trying to buy the orb the first time when Gamora kicked Peter's ass, and he's like, "Hey, I need info about who's your buyer, who done did this." And for some reason, Yandu, when the guy was trying, I can't tell you any information. Yandu's just going blah 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 blah. And I was like, what are you doing, Yandu? Blip, blip, blip. He did it like 3-4 times. Like,
Yeah.
okay, well, this went on a little bit too long, Yandu.
Bleep, 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 bleep.
But we get the first instance of him using his little whistle thing, and which is
So
pretty
fucking cool.
it's pretty cool. But I'm like, how powerful is this thing? You know, looking at it now, you know, we don't know how powerful it is. But at this point, like, it's pretty slow.
I got away from that.
So the Guardians end up on nowhere. They're trying to meet up with Benicio del Toro, but they're like, no, you must wait. We can't get there yet. So they're trying to figure out what to do. They end up at a bar. And what is this game that they're this
It's like with rats, another big thing, and like roulette almost too. Cause wasn't there like a
yeah, there's like a spinning wheel in the middle, and like the two animals like they're fighting each other, but it's like they're also fighting this other thing that was there.
yeah.
And they're all getting all fucking drunk. I want to play this thing. It looks awesome. Peter and Gamora are all getting all sexy time with each other.
Peter trying to holler. It's like, oh, let me put the moves on you. And then she wrecks him. Like,
Yeah,
I know your scheming ways, you man whore.
Something about your pelvic. Was it your pelvic? Your pelvic sorcery. I will not succumb to your pelvic sorcery.
I think at this point they still didn't know who was gonna be Star-Lord's dad, because in the comics is Star Fox, and that guy is known to be like very
Horny?
seductive. Yeah, horny and stuff like that. So they were giving those kind of little hints that if you watch like the first and the second one, you notice that in the second one they don't really play that much into it. Until like the first one, like, you know, you can tell he's a womanizer, and like he charms his way into things.
Yeah, like that's why the only time in this movie was pretty much the opening scene, and when he's talking about he used to sleep. This girl got mad at you because I slept with this orangutan or whatever the fuck he was saying, and it's just, like pretty much looks like a squid or like tentacles.
Yeah.
You think I want him to sleep with that?
And Drax makes fun of him later for it.
It was one time.
He who sleeps with the tentacled woman or some shit.
It was one time, man. So back at the bar, Rocket and Drax are all getting mad at each other. He called me vermin. And it has to be made or some shit like that. Rocket's all getting all super sad about shit because he's fucking drunk. And I'm like, oh, I'm starting to feel bad for this little raccoon. I skipped over like earlier with like, what's a raccoon? You are. That's what you are. There's nothing
He doesn't
like
know.
There ain't nothing in this universe like me. So finally, Drax is all pissy face and he heads off. And then the pink servant girl shows up like, hey, the collector's ready for you guys. What's the collector's name? Doesn't matter? Doesn't matter. Benicio del Toro, the collector.
Yeah, the collector.
Looking all crazy with all his collection shit. How many Easter eggs are in this fucking scene? Who knows? The fucking Russian cosmonaut dog.
Yep.
And his
A
name
dark
is
elf is there.
Tenelir Tivan.
Yeah, I wouldn't remember that.
Yeah, in the pods there's like a bunch of little Easter eggs. Like first you say the dark elf is in there. There's the slug from one of James Gunn's movies, Slither.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's in there. I remember when I saw this movie, there was like this screenshot that I remember was seeing that it was supposed to be Beto Ray Bill somewhere in there in the red cape.
What?
And there is something that looks like it, but I don't know. They never confirmed that was it. Like they confirmed like a bunch of the other ones, but not that.
So collector's looking at all of them. He looks at Groot going, hey, like Groot, that one's pretty sexy. I want that one for my collection, you know?
A Groot.
He's like, when your body dies, you promise to like send it to me or some shit.
He just fucking nods.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Sounds good to me, man. The dog's in there, Cosmo.
Yep.
Got the Russian dogga.
Chitari is in there.
Got the Chitari. We got a quick scene of Drax being drunk and someone's talking on the phone. He's like, I need you to send a message for me. I think at this point I had no idea what he was trying to do.
Oh, the other thing that was in there is the thing that looked like a cocoon, and at the time everybody thought that was Adam Warlock.
Mm-hmm. It's just a cocoon, or what was it?
No, so well, in the second one you can see where Adam Warlock really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this one looked like a cocoon, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's Adam," because in the books he comes out of a fucking cocoon.
And like, here he is, here he comes, guys.
Yeah, and like that was a big deal because, like in the comic books, Adam Warlock is the one that beats Thanos, right, Percy?
Yeah.
So everybody's like, "Oh, they're gonna show him because he's the one that's gonna beat him," and then that never happened.
It was just
that
Marvel just throwing all these things out there, you know. Hey, in
Dude,
case
and they
we
even-
fuck up, we got this as backup, you know.
And then the thing is, like, they teased him at the end of Guardians Volume 2.
yeah.
So there's like, oh, they're gonna bring him out because and the end is getting near. Like he has to come out. Nope, nothing still.
I wonder if
But-
anything's gonna come from that. Something has to, right?
Well, he's gonna come out in the third one. Like he's already been casted, so now everybody knows that. It's not gonna surprise anymore. Like everybody knows that's him. It's that-
Oh, go ahead.
Is the guy that's playing it? You're gonna say something about it, huh?
No, I was gonna say like I'm gonna laugh if they just straight up like build it up and just like, and he's dead. Super cool.
Yeah, because he's supposed to be like this ultimate being and stuff like that.
perfect
Like,
being.
The perfect being. That's why he's called Adam, because like
Not them.
yeah, Adam and Eve. And so it would be funny, like, oh, this big deal and stuff like that, and then like he gets shot or something and he just dies or he falls and cracks his head.
He's like,
Imagine.
"Oh, so much for being perfect.
I would have put it past Gunn. James,
Yeah.
that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, especially if they tell him like, oh well, you already skipped that, like the whole Thanos saga, so we weren't really gonna use him anymore, so you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Just make him the bad guy.
Yeah. And it's that guy that if you Google, you put actor with the eyebrows, and that dude's picture comes out because nobody knows his name, but they know what he looks like.
Yeah, that's right. Dude,
All right, where are we? We're with the collector. And he's explaining what you guys got here. You know what you guys got? You guys got a nice little Infinity Stone, huh?
and like, what?
And gives us the nice lore to all the Infinity Stones. And you guys know that there's
Let me
6 of
some
them.
good lore.
But this is actually good lore. It's like, you know what? There was all these 6 elementals that turn into stone, that turn into like ingots, that turns to stones, and then it turns to this, and then turns to that.
I think that was the first time they really explained the stones.
Yeah.
Like they never really, they just knew like, oh, they come from space or they're really powerful, but I don't think they explained they came from into this, and they showed a fucking celestial fucking destroying shit.
What's up, guys? I got a power stone too, you know. He goes off explaining only higher beings, only people with levels over 9,000 could hold on to these stones.
The celestial blood. They're the creators, basically.
Only certain peoples, you know, you got to be chosen for this. Not your everyday schmoes can handle these things.
Oh, dude, if you go through like the list, it's like celestials are the top, right?
I believe so.
Or I think
Power levels?
yeah, I think celestials. I'm gonna look it up because Titans, which are like Thanos and Peter Quill's dad, he's a Titan too, and Peter Quill's supposed to be half Titan, not half Celestial, but
Yeah, you gotta take some liberties and change some things.
Not no more. Not in my Marvel.
Gotta make it fit, retcon.
So the collector's all explaining how he needs to be this higher power level person to even like look at these stones. And then the servant girl, you know what? Fuck you, collector. It's my time to shine, motherfucker. Look at this.
But like he literally just showed you what happens. Like there's like here's what happens if you touch it. You burn, you die. And she goes, nah, I got this.
I don't think
Fuck
you understand. I'm pretty sure I'm destined to grab onto this stone.
and it's just fucking instantly boom, fucking burnt to a crisp.
His whole collection. Just his fucking minted 9.8s, 9.9s.
Oh, God.
All just destroyed.
Oh, it hurts. Everything.
He has,
Everything
he
gets
has a
destroyed.
Superman Action Comics #1 in there. Fucking mint 10, you know.
And everything just gets destroyed.
All that shit's fucked up. So they finally like go outside. Gamora ends up putting it back into the orb that contained it. And then goes outside and Rocket's like, why are you still holding on to that? Like, he's just so like, what are you doing? He's so
He's
panicky.
like, fuck this shit.
Yeah. He's get away from that thing. Why? Why are we still doing this? I just love that his reaction to it. There's like a lot of like little Rocket things I like. There's one that I like that I skipped over earlier was when they're escaping the prison and they go and grab like all their clothes and all their shit. And he's like, they just put my stuff into a ball. Like they folded all yours. It's so quick and no one pays attention to it. It's like just a quick filler line.
Poor Rocket. But it's funny because he was also the one that wasn't he had like a bomb outside the ship, just building it, fucking around, and he realized, like,
after they escaped, he was like building a bomb. Like, why are you just building a bomb? Why are you like, I was gonna put it in a box, you know?
But he's terrified of this shit.
Yeah, that's you know. So they're trying to figure out where they're gonna go with the orb now. Like, and Gamora's like, they just turn it into the Nova Corps. They're gonna be pretty responsible with this. They're gonna know how to take care of it. And Peter's like, that's a good idea. But what if we find another seller? And I think at this point that's when Roman shows up and Drax is like, "What's up, motherfucker? I'm here. I've been waiting for your ass." He's still drunk.
He just gets his ass whooped.
The part that I really remember from that scene is like, I don't know if he punches or kicks him, but he goes like flying into like the side of a house or a building and he like gets stuck there. Like, holy shit. Yeah, this is remember that again, this is pre Infinity Stone. This is pre anything. It's just him at his like regular power level. Yeah.
Just Rex, he kicks him across, hits the thing, like, oh fuck. Like just starts dragging him, like he just fucked up Drax like nothing.
Yeah.
All right now.
And he gives him like the whole fucking Raul Julia speech. Like you murdered my daughter, you murdered my wife. And he's like, for me it was a Tuesday. There's also a bunch of like ships in the air. I forgot whose ships are these? Are these Roman ships?
Yeah.
But they get into these little pod things that aren't made for battle, but Peter's saying, yeah, they're not made for battle, but you know, they're pretty indestructible. Know what I mean? Know what I'm trying to say? Just fucking say it. Just tell them to run into things.
Well, you don't know if they're listening into the comms. So
And during that whole dogfight, there's one interesting scene where Peter rips out, and he's inside of one of these pods, but he rips out like the inside of one of these other like enemy ships. He starts controlling the ship from inside his pod. Like,
well, yeah, because there's no firepower, but those ships had firepower, so he needed to use it.
I was like, no, like when it's happening, you accept it, right? But then you start looking at it and like, what
Basically,
the?
joysticks.
Apparently, yeah.
Nebula's out here too, and she blows up the ship that Gamora's in, and Gamora's just floating off into space. And Peter's there's still a fight on nowhere, where Drax gets fucking drowned into this yellow shit after being stabbed. He gets
His ass bored by Ronin.
gets destroyed, dude. Fucking no chance, Drax.
They just tossed him in, like, get away. Like a fish you just caught, like, you're not worth it. Throw that shit back.
So Peter finally sees Gamora flying in space, just floating away like Carrie Fisher. And she's dead. She's done so. There's no way she's going to survive. And Peter calls in Yandu. He's like, hey, Yandu, you want me? My coordinates are right here. AKA, save my ass, please. So he goes and flies out there to Gamora, puts the Star-Lord Ravager's helmet on her. She could breathe now. She's okay and dandy. And I like the the whole scene of like them just floating in space and he starts like turning into ice and shit at this point. Like it almost looks like his eyes are about to like fucking bulge out.
Yeah, they start turning like black almost, right? Like starts like getting like really
like bloodshot and
Yeah,
And now
Like,
another
oh.
fucking Yandu showed up immediately. Like they called this in fucking 20 seconds ago.
Like, oh no, my boy.
My boy. I could have ate you when you were a baby.
you look so tender, delicious, but no, I saved you.
Person will be like, I'll put you in the smoker for 10 hours.
Oh man, got extra tender.
So they get saved onto Yandu's ship, and Gamora and Peter are waking up, and Gamora's like, "What the fuck happened?" He's like, I pretty much sacrificed myself for you. And it was pretty heroic. I don't know. He really saw that. So, what's happening here? I think we're still back on Nowhere. Rocket and Groot saved Drax because he was drowning in that yellow goo. And the way Groot saves him was like just pretty much stabs him in the lung.
Yeah, does he have like does he have adrenaline or what the fuck? Where he just injected him with something?
I think it was like to let out all the liquid that he was like swallowing.
Yeah. I guess it was like for it to come out of his lungs, but then it's like, so now he has a hole in his lung.
Yeah, that means it won't inflate anymore. Like it's just gonna be like a pop balloon. What the fuck? Man, little details.
Whatevs. So they're all arguing again. They talking about they took Peter and Gamora, and there's a part where Rocket's like, I don't care about your dead wife and daughter. And then Groot goes,
yeah, that part Groot just like, how dare you say that?
Everyone's got shit. Everyone's got dead people. Who gives a shit? Just move on. The only thing I remember is like he starts kicking the fucking patch of grass.
Oh, that's right. He's always like, you got me kicking a piece of grass.
Rocket's probably like the best character.
I
in the
love
whole thing.
Yeah, I love Rocket. Like, he's fucking hilarious. He's just so much sass everywhere.
And like seeing him, it never takes me out of it. Right? It's never like a distraction. Like, it never looks bad. It never looks like. At least for me, I've never had like a scene with Rocket like, what are you guys doing? You know?
Yeah, that looks weird.
Mm-hmm. With Groot, sometimes there's like there's
a little hint.
There's little when there's just a lot of movement when he's like when he's fighting like all the enemies and shit like that. It's little things, but like looking at him straight on, he's fine when he's not moving.
Well, all the CGI budget went to Rocket. They had to get that right.
No, it's Rocket in space, you know. It's when black backgrounds are hard with little white dots.
It's James Gunn's brother playing Rocket. He's like on his knees walking around. He's just dressed in a green suit. Yeah. There's a picture, if you look it up, there's a picture of
Drax, right? Yeah.
He's in a green suit, just like hunkered over next to him, getting petted.
I saw that online, yeah.
I just knew one of the Ravagers is James Gunn's brother. But I don't know that's the same guy that's a Rocket.
Yeah, he plays Rocket too.
He's like this world's Andy Serkis. He's like does
everything.
He's the Golem.
Dude, would have been fucking funny. They would have gotten Bradley Cooper to do that.
And like to do it in the voice too.
Yeah, imagine.
That'd be great.
I think at this point we're on the Ravager ship and they're all yelling about each other. That's the whole scene. I'm like, I gotta hate you.
Okay, back it up a little bit. So they were just in space, right? Almost died. Peter's eyes almost popped out. They're back in the ship, and now he's fine.
Yeah.
Wouldn't there be some residual damage?
No, man. He's a fucking celestial titan being. Spoilers.
Fine, I guess.
He's made of light. Who cares? Remember, these are all strong alien type people things. They're not just regular Kumis, you know, not just regular vampires. They all start talking about how they're gonna go against. Oh, they have to go get the orb, and then Peter wants to get the orb and then sell it. So Yandu's like, you know what? That's a strong point. We could get the monies. It's all about the monies.
Hell yeah.
It's always about money.
So they make a deal, and then Rocket, Groot, and Drag show up. Listen up, motherfuckers! You guys got 5 minutes to let go of Peter and my friends. Here we go. 5, 4. Peter's not telling him, no way, we're good. Hey, what's up, Peter? But yeah, they all come together. They all start talking about the plan and how they're all losers and all they've all lost people. That's not what he really meant by losers. You know, we've all lost people and shit. And they all decide to go and go after Roman. They all start standing up one by one, and Rocket's like, fine, I'll stand up too. Now we're all standing.
Abby.
We're all standing like a bunch of jackasses. God, it should have been Rocket and his Guardians, you know. We get the suit up scene. Everyone starts getting ready. They start making the plan.
Suit up scene.
They all can start making, you know, everyone gets Ravager suits now. Gamora's in her Ravager suit. Drax throws his top half away. He's like, I don't need this shit. I gotta show this off, you know?
Yeah.
And it's been 5 hours.
That's true too. In 5 hours, you got to see this shit. Fuck that.
Which is a little hint, you know, to future spoilers about how things hurt his nipples, you know? That's why he doesn't put on shirts.
My nipples get shafted.
So they're coming up with all these plans. They're gonna go and take over Roman's ship, and there's gonna be a bunch of crazy shit. We're gonna call in the Nova Corps, and Rocket's like, and we also need that guy's eye right there. He's like, no,
he's laughing.
Yeah,
and
no,
giggling.
seriously, we need it. We need this, you know. I think we're on Nova. Yeah, we're on Nova, and that's when Dewey Cox is like, they got the message from Peter Quill.
Do you cock?
Yeah, it's John C. Reilly, you know. They get the message, something about sorry for being an asshole, but I'm not 100% dick. So like, what do you think? I don't think anyone can be 100% dick. It's such a dumb line, but this works so good. Like, do you believe him? I don't know if I believe anyone could be 100% dick. I mean, do you believe about like him trying to help us and trying to save about the ship and its incoming? So yeah, so then they send off all the Nova ships, and they start like blasting all the other ships, the Roman ships that come out. And at some point, it becomes like a big web of Nova ships. They're trying to slow down because they don't want Roman to go onto the planet, because if he gets on the planet, he could destroy it, the whole thing, if he touches it. But he ends up there later, you know, just saying. Yeah, but when the Novas decide to like stop the ship, they all like interlock into this cool like looking web thing, and I'm like, this is cool and all. But like, is this practical? Like,
I was thinking the same thing. But like, wow, visually that looks nice. But I'm like, but practicality of this is not like, you're putting yourself in complete danger. Like, you're putting yourself in front of whatever's trying to destroy stuff. Like, show me away from that.
So yeah, as the Ravagers and the Nova Corps are all trying to destroy all these ships. Was it the Milano? Or whatever ship they're on, they're trying to land inside of it. They're finally able to get inside. They're gonna go try to find Roman, and they go to Roman, and Roman's like, what's her name?
Tomorrow, Nebula.
Nebula. Yeah, she's telling Roman, they're on the ship. They're here. They're gonna mess everything up. And Roman's like, let them come. What else? I'm here. I'll wait for them.
It's like, I'll whoop their ass once. I'll do it again.
Yeah, I'll go fuck. And Nebula's like, fuck that. I'm gonna go find their asses.
Yeah, and then like with the chips, right? They start to suicide dive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So the ships start. He just tells them, yeah, just fucking nosedive, just kamikaze, and they're going at it. And then the Nova Corps were gonna break away, but then that's when Rocket comes in, And it's like shoot at them, and then the Ravagers all come in, so they come and save the day and shoot up all the ships so that the Nova Corps could stay in net mode.
Yeah. Net mode.
Yeah, so when the ships turn upwards, that's supposed to be resemble the video game. What's it called? Galaga.
Oh, I see that. I guess.
Really?
Yeah, that was the reference to it because you see the alien ships just like doing circles and coming down, right? So everybody in the bottom just pointing up, shooting like the.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Let's go. I missed that. I gotta go look it up again now. So they're on the ship. They're in this super ass dark room. Like I can't see shit. And then fucking I Am Groot starts just glowing and starts like, throwing out all this glowy pollen that he had this power this whole time that wasn't, could have used before. No use for it, right?
No, there wasn't use for it. But now.
Yeah, he throws out his glowy pollen, his glowy semen just all over the place. Not gonna lie, that was a cool scene,
It was.
And Drax starts like apologizing, my bad, for being a dick. I didn't mean to, call him in, and you guys are my friends. Even the whore is my friend. And that's when Nebula walks in and starts talking shit, and then fucking Drax blasts her out of nowhere. Nobody talks shit about my friends like that. We get Drax on the ground. Not Drax. We get... Who's on the ground? I'm your daddy. Yandu. He's on the ground. He finally see his whistle stick in action. And he fucking destroys like 20, 30 people and like a couple ships, I think.
Holy crap. That's when you're like, oh, this thing is fucking OP. Holy shit.
This thing's pretty strong. He just controls it with a whistle. I could hear fucking his Bluetooth whistle. I could just control everything. And there's a bunch of fighting on the ship. We finally get Star-Lord meeting up with what's his name again, Serge?
The what?
The Who guy?
Oh, what is his name?
He's
Something Hanzo.
Yeah, he meets up with him. He's Star-Lord. Yeah, he's all happy. He calls him Star-Lord.
What's his name in the movie? Keep forgetting.
I don't know.
Like I don't care.
But he's the Who guy, Who?
It's like finally.
There's a whole fighting scene and like
Korath.
I remember his death though, and fucking Drax they're battling it out, and Drax gets like the side of his like cyborg head and just yanks that shit out. I was like, oh. There's also
and you're dead.
Yeah, fucking that's death. I feel like that's death.
Yeah, not going back from that.
And there's also the fight scene of Groot using his crazy long branch arms to kill like 10, 15 people.
He's scared. First off, I don't know why they're running in a straight line, but like, oh, perfect.
It's a tunnel, nice little hallway,
They could have spread a little more than that.
Nah.
But man, he's just going back and forth. I was cracking up, like slanging him up and like up, down, left, right. Like fuck.
Yeah, oops. They finally get to the area where Roman is. We skipped the part where he went up against Thanos and the other dude, the voice. I think that's his name. Thanos is second in command, and he's like, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck you, Thanos.
The other, isn't he?
The other?
Yeah, that's what he's called. What a fucking lame ass name. Oh, who's that guy? The other.
The other.
Oh, hey, I'm playing a character in the superhero movie called Guardians of the Galaxy and the Adventures. Oh yeah, what's your character's name? The other.
Ooh.
Like, all right,
Okay.
man.
Good luck.
Cool.
Yeah, he went through all that stuff. He put the Infinity Stone into his hammer, which is like, oh, that's pretty cool. I could like his fucking big ass two-handed sledgehammer thing.
Warhammer.
So they're in like the control room, the throne room area, and he's about to fuck up Drax again when Rocket comes flying in through the windshield, knocks them both out, takes them all out. Everyone's like, the ship's going down. Everyone's gonna die, and then Get poor big ass Groot. You know what? I'm gonna save my friends. I'm gonna create this branch of balls that's gonna protect us through this crazy 100-mile-per-hour impact. But don't think about that because the sacrifice, power of friendship saves all. You know.
It always does, Edgar. Always does.
Because he wrapped them in all nice and tight. You know.
And hug them like, I'll be your cushion.
Yeah. Rocket's all sad, like, what? Why are you doing this? Why we couldn't figure something else out? And then Groot, with his best line of the movie, goes, "We are Groot." He learned a new word for friendship.
Give Vin Diesel the Oscar. 'Cause that was his best performance ever.
The Iron Giant. Then he wipes a tear off Rocket. Oh,
Oh god, the stupid animated computer tree and the stupid computer raccoon making you feel feelings.
That was like, he said, I'm like, wait, I just met you. What do you mean you're gonna?
So yeah,
So-
everything's all fucked up. They're on the planet. Rocket's holding a twig, all super sad and shit.
You notice like he's not even paying attention when they crash land. He's like looking for Groot.
Yeah, he's just right there, just holding his little twig. He sees like, I keep on forgetting Roman. He sees Roman.
Ronan.
You kill Groot. Roman Reigns. And everyone's finally on the ground. He's like, people of Xandar, relax, motherfuckers. I'm in charge now, you bitches. Ooh-ah. Respect the bloodline.
Didn't they mention earlier that the city had been evacuated and now all of a sudden they crashed? Everyone's there? Like, wait, I thought everybody was gone. I thought
It was
everyone got
mostly
evacuated.
evacuated. Remember, they were still saving people here and there. There's like that.
Yeah, they
there was
couldn't
that
get everybody per scene. Like,
There was that one mom and daughter who they saved at the last minute. Remember, there was a bunch of things happening.
yeah, that it was was it this? Is it John C. Riley's character's family?
Oh yeah. But they saved them. So all this is happening. Roman Reigns is monologuing, and he's going off about how you guys are finally saved, and I'm gonna be the ruler of everything, and it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be pretty awesome when I'm ruler. And Peter Quill comes out. You know what? Fuck this. It's time for a dance battle, motherfucker. What a weird, strange ending that ties into his character and ties into his whole love for Kevin Bacon and Footloose and everything. It wraps it up nicely, but if you just show this end scene to anyone,
You're like, what the fuck is this?
what the fuck happened? Why dance battle to save the universe?
Is that a Bollywood film? Like, we're just gonna dance?
But turns
Resolve
out
the conflict through dance?
it was just a distraction. Rocket was making like some weapon and blast the hammer that has the Infinity Stone. And you get the nice little slow motion of Roman Reigns and Peter reaching for the stone, and Peter ends up grabbing onto it, and he gets fucking destroyed, dude. Like his skin starts burning off.
Immediately.
You see like the light of the stone burning through his hand, and he's getting fucked up. He's like yelling intensely. This is worse than he was in space, fucking kind of couldn't breathe and turning into ice.
At least that was more calm, but this is just burning.
Yeah, like it all feels like it's in slow motion, but I think it is in real time how everything happening.
You see Ronan like smiling and laughing kind of like, because he's like, oh, you're gonna fucking die now.
Yeah, because it gets to a point of like his skin starts like cracking away. It's like his body's falling apart. He's about to get fucking snapped out, you know? I'm just saying. And Gamora starts reaching out to him. It's like, Peter, take my hand. And then for some reason, the mom shows up. Like, Peter, take my hand.
They got me.
I got you.
Yep. Like I'm over here tearing up about because already, Groot and Rocket's already bringing the waterworks coming in. Like, all right, they're in the back. They're like, I'm reserved. And then that scene, like, all right, that got me.
So yeah,
Sorry, mama.
sorry, mama.
I messed up. I should have held your hand earlier.
So he ends up grabbing Gamora's hand, and then they're sharing the power. And then Drax come in and hold on to like his other hand. And then Rock is there holding on to his hand, holding on to
His
Drax's
finger.
hand.
Power of friendship.
Oh, so much
I
power.
told you, power of friendship wins again.
And then Ronan's all like, "How? You guys are just humans. You guys are normies. How the fuck are you guys doing this?" And Peter's like, "Well, we're the Guardians of the Galaxy, bitch." Oh, they said the name.
Oh, you said
He
it.
said the thing. He said the thing. Oh, what a good he said the thing. At no point did they mention Guardians or anything like that. We're just Guardians of the Galaxy, bitch.
I think Roden like said it to them like just talking shit.
Oh, wow, you're
so
some,
we-
you're
like
some whack ass
of-
Guardians.
I think he said something. But yeah. But oh, it sounds so good. Like, yeah, bitches.
So yeah, all that happens, and Ronan gets destroyed at some point.
So Peter opens his hand and basically a dude gets him. And like the stone just engulfs the dude and just burns him to a crisp. Like nothing's left. Like he's gone.
Interesting. At point that went so fast as they couldn't even register like what happened.
Yeah.
Because they didn't really explain. It's like, all right, here you go. Ah.
A duke it! And
Yeah.
then just burned.
So they end up containing the power somehow, and everyone's looking around, and all the Ravagers start fucking closing in on them like immediately.
They go third party.
It's like, oh, get them, they're low.
Shields crack. Go, go, go.
So yeah, so Yondu's like, you know what? I want my goddamn stone. I'm gonna go sell it. And he starts explaining all the stuff, the reasons why he kept them as a child. Something about he's the light of a kid, light of an angel. You remember this at all?
I don't remember this part.
They did what?
Where what's his face was telling Peter like, oh, the reason I saved you was what was it, Edgar? He's a light of
Something about he's the light of an angel. Something about the light. Whatever. He wants the stone. And
It was the stone.
so out of nowhere, Peter does a little switchery do. Nobody sees this, and gives him the fake orb. But we don't know this. We don't know this yet, right? He gives him the fake orb, and we're not gonna look at this because it's a super powerful thing. Why would we look at this? You know? And Yandu's like, round them up. Let's go, bitches.
what I needed. Peace.
Case closed. Let's go, boys.
Mission accomplished. And then he like immediately takes out the other one. Like, wait, just wait. Give it a minute. You know, don't take that out yet.
I know it's like they haven't even left, bro.
He's looking at it from his spaceship. Wait a minute, is that
Like, wait a
we got the orb?
Like, why are they huddled over and there's a or
Rocket's all sad, sitting down, holding a nice little twig. He's super sad. Drax comes and sits right next to him, and he starts petting him. Like, oh, that for some reason that got me. That just trying to comfort him.
Aw.
Stupid Batista. Goddamn evolution.
didn't give him what he wanted.
They start explaining that your mother was Terran from Midgard, but your daddy is something else, something crazy like something very ancient. You know, we don't know what he is,
Never
but
seen before. Like, we don't know what he is, but that boy ain't right.
but it's super crazy. That's the reason he held on to this power, right? Or something like that.
Like you would have died immediately if we didn't have that half of you.
But no, you guys are free to go. It's cool. all your charges have been dropped, and we fixed it to Milano. This whole planet's alive because of you. You guys are free to go. No worries. And Rock is like, so that means I can do whatever I want now, kind of deal.
Like, no. Like, but what if I want to steal something? Like, Goes, no, that you can't do that. But what if I really, really want it?
And
So
then
good.
I think Drax goes like, "What about murder?" Like, no, that's one of like the worst crimes at all.
Yeah, he just goes,
Yeah, you say so. They get onto the new Milano 2, and Peter opens up his birthday gift from the very opening scene that his mama gave to him. And what's in there? Awesome Mix Volume 2, motherfuckers. He had all this music that he could have been listening to this whole time. You think this is the first time he opened it? Or you think he's opened it
yeah, it
before?
was the first time.
Yeah, it's the first time.
It was the first time because it was the first time he read that letter too. He hadn't opened it since his mama gave it to him. She died.
But that's why he calls him like Star-Lord, right? My little Star-Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But she probably called him that before.
Yeah, that's just her nickname for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll accept that.
It wasn't like, oh, I just came up with it and like, what a coincidence. It's not like,
Which
like,
makes
oh.
sense later because you know how he's the other half and she knew and like, oh, Star, okay. Because the guy's from the stars.
So we get a whole bunch of scenes back to back to back. We get Yondu opening up the fucking orb. Motherfucker, you have a powerful weapon. You saw the game destroying everything, and you're gonna just randomly risk opening it on your ship?
And I think he secretly knew.
You think he knew?
He knew.
Yeah. And that's why he smiled at the end because like, yeah, I knew it.
But yeah, he did say he liked little trinkets like that. I like to put them on top of my dash. Yeah, I can't tell if you're joking or not. We got John C. Reilly hooking up with his family. We're like, oh, you guys saved everything. And you get the Guardians just taking off into space. Boom, time to go. They're gone.
And you get the splash. The Guardians of the Galaxy will return.
When, Percy? When will they return?
Eventually.
Tell me now. So we get the
Eventually.
oh baby, I do one more chance. We see little Groot. He's a little Groot in a pot. Oh, he's okay.
So adorable.
Damn, remember they were sending those? Like, Jesus, man.
Yep.
Like
Baby
almost
like
every
Baby Yoda.
office had one of them. Yup. Just like baby fucking Yoda.
It was adorable.
Oh, baby, give me. And
Everybody
then,
loves the animated fucking baby.
and then Drax taking back and forth, trying while he's sharpening his knife and shit, trying to catch him. And then what's our after credit scene? Do we have a mid credit scene?
No, just after credits, I believe.
Yeah, after credit scene, we get the collector Benicio del Toro, all disappointed and still have. I think he has a drink.
Yeah, just drinking his woes away.
You see the doggy just licking him. He's a nice little doggy.
Like, it's all right, buddy.
Yeah.
Can't win them all.
Howard the Duck comes out.
And then Howard the
Talking
Duck is
shit.
there. And why would you let that mutt lick you or something like that?
Gross.
Like, have you looked at yourself, buddy?
And then that's it. That's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Woo!
The dog is gonna be in part 3.
Super
It's an
important
actual
doggo.
character.
For real?
Yeah.
Nice.
Super important doggo. What was I gonna say? Do you guys know that Seth Rogen is Howard the Duck?
Howard Duck? Yeah.
It's Seth Green.
Oh, Seth Rogen, sorry. Seth Rogen. one of the
yeah.
Seths.
But yeah, it's all the same. Said something.
Bye.
And
Bye.
then it is time. No say. And now it is time for
The rankings.
the
Ranking time.
rankings. Just saying.
Does someone give you the ranking?
He gave us numbers, but
But we'll talk to it later. Next week we'll make him.
we'll make him defend himself.
Yeah.
Well, I
Do
mean,
another
they're all-
fiasco with super high scores for no reason.
But they're all tense now, right, guys? So you can just skip all of this.
Just saying.
There's not even 110 on mine.
Just saying.
no.
Look at this. Look at this nice little list we got over here. Going from bottom to the top. Our current rankings are The Incredible Hulk, Thor: The Dark World, Iron Man 3, Thor, Iron Man 2, Captain America, Iron Man, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and The Avengers. So many repeats already. Like, we got 2 Thors, 3 Iron Mans, 2 Captain Americas, and that who shall not be named. Colocha saying every category should be a 10. We're going to find out right now. Story. So like we do every week, we have 10 categories. Each of them, we rank them out of 10, and then we add them all up, and then the formula goes beep, bop, poop, and then it gives us a number at the very end that we compare to each of the things that we've done before to see where it ranks in our overall list. That way it's all nice and even and fun-like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So let's go to our first category, which is story. What do you guys think about the story of Guardians of the Galaxy?
Solid story. Not many, like, I felt it was a unique story. So give it a 9.
9?
Yeah.
What are you
I
doing here,
also
Kat?
give it a 9. I give it a 9. It was a good underdog story. You know, they never really won any fight throughout the whole movie. Like, they never won at all until the
Just-
end.
Yeah,
Like,
because
even,
they ended up in jail.
even when they, I think, well, yeah, when they escaping in jail, I guess you could call that a win.
I think their only victory.
Yeah, because even when they fought each other, they lost. They got caught.
That's right. All of them lost.
Their plan to stop what's his name reaching the planet, to stop Ronan reaching
Stop.
the planet. Yeah, they didn't. That didn't happen.
Or they're trying to sell the thing to the collector, and Ronan came, got their ass kicked.
Yep. Failed.
Even the final fight, like, they got their ass kicked. Going into the ship and trying to blow him up, got their ass kicked.
Yep. But then
And
they
then
learned the
dance.
power of friendship.
Power of dance, Percy.
Power
Power
of
of
dance.
Them hips, man. Them hips.
Story.
9.
Story. I think the story is really good. It does what a lot of other movies try to do. They try to introduce us to a shit ton of characters and make us care about each one of them in their own way. These got introduced one at a time, gave them a nice little backstory. We don't need to know too much about them. Nothing was really built on things from all the other Marvel movies. Like, we knew of Thanos, but we don't really know Thanos, right? There was no one to be like, to help out the backstory, right? It was all laid out in this movie.
Yeah, you really don't get any origin stories. Like, you don't know where the fuck this big tree came from. You don't know where this fucking talking raccoon came from.
You just know that he's just an experiment, and that's all you know. The
Yeah,
only origin
and-
story is Peter.
And that's good because it leaves for, like, you know, if they want to tell where a group really came from, they could, because nobody really knows. They haven't shown that. And in part 3, they came out and said that, oh, this is really going to focus on Rocket and, like, his story. So that's why everybody's thinking that he's going to die in part 3.
Rip, and then we're gonna get Baby Rocket.
Oh, yeah, another, get ready for the Christmas shopping. Little raccoons everywhere.
So it's gonna be so good. So yeah, I'm with you guys. I'll give it a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys gotta leave a little bit for improvement because there is stuff that it's just like, all right, like the whole I didn't like I get the dancing thing, but I was just like, that's kind of stupid.
Yeah, it made sense up to the point of like, it made sense for Peter in this movie, right? But like I said, if you take out that one scene and show it to somebody and go, this is a little weird.
Especially because like we were talking about like, oh, Ronan's like all powerful and like really, dude, like this like dancing and
What are you doing? Why are you moving like that? Talking about dancing, action, fighting sequences. We get the very first one with Peter Quill and Indiana Jonesing everybody. We get a lot of dogfights, space dogfights. We get Ronan, them getting fucked up the whole time. The prison escape scene. I think
Yeah.
there's a lot of good action scenes. A lot of
I put a 10 because like everything was good. Like the fighting with even with the little circle, like little ball things, what are they called? Like everything looked
That-
good, and like
the little
you could
boulders
like
and
probably
things.
freeze like almost every frame, and it would just look like a painting, like with the background all colorful and stuff like that. Like I thought it looked cool, and then Peter using all his little gadgets, like some kind of space
Space Gadget Man.
space gadget man. You know, like that looked fucking cool.
Yeah, actually, I gave it an action 8 just because, like, because action fighting, like, I didn't get much. They get their ass whooped a lot, and I kind of wanted, coming from the Winter Soldier with those fight scenes were fucking well
It's not about who
choreographed.
wins the fight. It's like how good it is.
But they were fun. But right now I'm an 8, maybe a 9.
Well, you mull that over, I'll give it a 9. Because yeah, I did like all the like, pretty much all the choreography of it. I just wish the dance battle thing was pretty cool at the end. I just wanted everything was a big, nice action fighting scene, and at the end
Up
we
until
get
the end.
yeah.
Yeah. Like that scene where they're in the planet all and they're all fucking chasing each other. Like they're all
Yeah.
use like stuff against each other and they're like, oh, that's cool.
All that shit's great, Groot fucking up and doesn't know who to capture,
You know what? You know what, Edgar? You made a good point. I'm gonna keep mine's a 9. Because that dance thing kind of did ruin like all the fighting. It's like they did all this cool stuff and then it's just like at the end it's just that.
Like,
Yeah.
I like where it was just a distraction, but it was like this is really awkward. And why is he so distracted by dancing?
Yeah, like come on, bro. Like you're another planet, but I'm pretty sure they like boogie down. Like, how can you be confused about dancing?
Why are you dancing here? He turned into Drax at that point,
Yeah, so like, yeah,
Visuals, CGI. This is up there. This is a strong 9,
It's a
maybe
10.
10. Yep.
Yeah, I give it a 9 because it wasn't like nothing took me out. Like nothing was like, oh, you could tell this is bad. But yeah, I liked it. So
Like I like the way Rocket looked. I like the way Groot looked. Fucking. We just talked about how much time they spent on Drax being
space.
in space
Space
alone.
too, how it looks fucking cool. And like when they're going into nowhere, a fucking skull.
Yep,
Like, come on,
yeah,
bro.
that was
Everything was just so good about it. Just the way Serge mentioned right now. Every frame of picture.
freeze it.
Dude, that scene where in the beginning where Peter is jumping when they're chasing him, he jumps up and you see all this dust coming up and he's just like in slow motion. I was like, oh, that looks fucking cool. And then he slides over the hood of the car, like in the movies he grew up watching.
Got to, man.
He's an '80s boy. He makes his own nostalgia because that's the only thing he knows.
He's like stuck in there because doesn't know anything else.
Performance. We got who the strong performances.
This is probably gonna be
Rocket was great.
This is probably gonna be my lowest one. I'm gonna give it 8 because there were some characters or like stuff that they were like too campy, like John C. Riley. Like that just threw me off because I'm like, what the fuck?
He was just John C. Riley,
Yeah, he was like, oh, they're introducing John C. Riley in space. I'm like, all right, man.
Like I love John C. Riley, but he was just John C. Riley. Like he's not any other person, and he can act. He's like a fucking.
Oh yeah, because the thing is, like, if they gave him like, oh, this is your character, and like, but it's just kind of like he just showed up and we're like, oh, what am I gonna do? Oh, just be you, man. Like, oh, all right.
They got
Like-
my dick message.
But like Edgar says, like he could act because was it in was
Right.
it the show, the Laker show?
Yeah, he's fucking really good in that.
He's fucking good in that.
And he's not just John C. Riley. He's
Fucking Jerry Buss.
he's just such a big persona, For me, Ronan's like the weak point, but from the Guardians, I love Drax. He's so dry, but like in the most hilarious way. Gamora's okay. She's fine. Rocket's amazing. Peter's a strong okay, Peter's another one who he could have been the guy from Parks and Recs again, He's a little bit more intelligent than that guy.
And in better shape.
Way better shit. This is SEAL Team 6 Guardians, SEAL Team 6 Chris Pratt. I'll give it a 7. It was strong all around, but no one like really like outperformed.
There was no Mandarin.
I love Mandarin. Give me more Mandarin.
Oh, we're getting more.
Give me more.
I also have it as a 7.
Probably gonna come out in Wonder Man show.
Wonder Man.
Oh, he is. Oh, the guy that supposedly is up for playing Wonder Man is one of Slung's crushes right now. The guy from The Bear,
Remember? I
from
forgot
the
his
TV
name.
show The Bear on FX.
I forgot his name though.
Jeremy Allen White or something like that. I believe that's his
Jeremy.
name. Yeah, so supposedly he's gonna be Wonder Man.
Give me it. Give me more of him. I never saw. What's the show? Shameless. I never saw that one.
It's good up to season 7, and then it kind of gets like, and then like his character, he starts off being like this really, really smart dude, and then it just feels like they just like dumb him down as like the longer they just like ran out of things for him to do. He's just like one of the dumbasses in the show now.
Doesn't it sucks when like a character stagnates and like I like this character, but just they're not giving him anything to do anymore.
Yeah, and you can tell. I think in the point where he goes to college, and then like he drops out of college, and then he just gets stuck, and they don't really do much with the character. And towards the end, but that point is just like you guys dumb down this character that's supposed to be like really like genius level smart. It's just that he's like lazy and like
Hey,
other shit, right?
what else we gonna do with you?
Yeah,
So did you say a number for performance? Did I miss it?
8.
8. Music score. Just saying.
That's a 10. For
That's
sure.
a 10.
Just saying.
There's a 10.
Just saying. Hey, hey. What's the song you guys think of for Guardians of the Galaxy?
The first one.
For me, it's that and the stuck on the field.
Yeah, but yeah, this is the like for me like everything. I love the fucking music.
And even like just the regular score, like everything goes well together. Like nothing takes you out of it. It's just everything's just well placed.
Mm-hmm.
The villain, Roman Reigns, the Bloodline.
Yeah, right now I have it as a 5.
5.
I've put 7.
5, 7. Yeah, for me, just the regular motivation. Like you guys mentioning that he had issues because they went to war, and then I am now Madman, and now fuck you Thanos, and you could have had what you wanted, you know, and then
He got greedy. He wanted the power by himself.
yeah. So
It always happens.
I just wish nice little stronger, and then at the end he goes, "What are you doing? Why are you dancing? What's going on here?"
Yeah, they really.
He's on the ship.
Really
The
wanted.
Guardians are coming, and but who cares?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
let them come.
You would
After
think
a-
like somebody like that menacing and stuff like that, at the end would be like, "Oh, we're dancing. Oh no, my weakness."
How did you know?
Colochas in the chat saying, "I was about to say, music has to be a 10." I'll go back and change it right now. No, not that much. No, not that. I don't know where my numbers are.
Damn, 4.
I get 6. Cinematography. I loved everything about it. Like, when the dogfights are happening, dogfights everywhere. We know what's happening. Nothing's confusing. When they actually zoom out and show like the whole web of Nova Corps, I was like, wow, that actually looks pretty awesome. Doesn't make sense, but it's pretty awesome. The opening scene of him just dancing around and like the big ass Guardians of the Galaxy sign, and him just like little like right under it dancing around. Like there's just so many good moments, you know. I'll give this a strong 8. It's your boys.
I have it at 7, but I might go up to 8.
So
Come back to me.
Cinematography, I have a 10.
10. Fucking 10. 10.
No,
Final
it
numbers?
just looks so fucking.
Give it an 8. Yeah, it looked. No, not 5.
Numbers are hard. Man.
Well, what looked weird to you, or why?
Even though it looked pretty, but when they're in the indestructible pods, Like
Uh-huh.
when they were getting shot at. Like I don't know, there was a couple things like
All that shit look fucking cool to me. So like that to me is like those big fucking splash, vibrant color comic book pages. That's what I like thought about.
ooh,
Yeah,
you have a point there.
with this movie, I'm finally glad that they did give us a bunch of color. Like,
Oh hell yeah.
With a-
Dude, like all that
You don't-
bright stuff.
You didn't like Thor Dark? Extra dark?
everything,
Emo
everything
Thor?
gold and,
Emo
and
Thor.
and dull and ice and dark world and God,
And
just mentioning that makes me fucking go up to a 9. Just like how
And
bad
Winter
that
Soldier's
was.
all militarized and like dull colors. They even took away all the blue from Captain America.
Yeah, they gave him the
The spy version, you know.
And this
The
was just
stealth
like,
suit.
God damn, they found the colors.
Even the ships are fucking yellow and gold and
Dude, the Milan was fucking orange and blue.
It looks so pretty.
even what's his name ship was interesting. Ronin ship, like when it does like some weird like turn thing when it's finally like diving.
Oh yeah.
Enjoyments. I gotta say, I enjoyed pretty hard. You know.
Oh, that's a 10. Enjoy pretty hard too.
I don't know, maybe like a 7. Not like yeah, it was a 10. I like this film. So
Marvel Impact. I want to say anywhere from 8 to 9 because it starts explaining. It explains the stones, you know, the thing that fucking first 3 phases are about, you know.
Yeah, I put it a 9 because I still had the Adam Warlock thingy. So it's still kind of
you plan to see the Celestial in there, like, oh, by the way.
yeah or something. But I mean, it still had like a big impact because they opened everything up to like space. So
Yeah.
now like all these space shit happens.
And I'm 9 right there with you. Percy, where you at? Where you?
I was gonna
feeling?
give it an 8, but yeah, you're right. Like it opened up. No, but leave it up to 9. Because yeah, you're right. Opened up space. You know, they start sprinkling some things like the Celestials, and then yeah, 9.
And overall, put this
Howard
all
the Duck is
together.
canon.
Yeah, that's right.
Put this all together, mission mesh it, put the performance of the Guardians and the evilness and Thanos is here for some reason. Josh Brolin is here, you know. Put that all together, and what do you get?
2.
2.
No. Overall, enjoyed everything. Give it a 9.
9.
Yeah, 9 overall.
Yeah.
9. Oh, this is gonna be up there. There's some little aspects here and there, just saying, but the villain might bring him down. But let's see our overall scores.
Yeah, I
But
think the villain hurt it most than anything.
Dun, 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 dun. 88.
Whoa, those calculations are wrong.
That's because of this.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, relax. I appreciate it.
Answers, 91.
88, 91, 84 to 87.6. I'm so happy I'm dumb and don't remember any numbers. Like I can't tell you like the numbers of the previous ones. So
Yeah.
87.6.
So we're gonna all find out right now.
And it's gonna tell us, gotta put this down to like 50. Go to overall. Oh, 86.7. We have a new number 1.
What?
Damn.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna have to change some things. Go back. Well, we still got selected. I might bring it back down.
It's what if it's number 1? Jesus. You know it's better than the Avengers.
Yeah,
The only thing that-
I'm still bitter that Winter Soldier's so low. Like it should be Winter Soldier, then Guardians, then Avengers.
The Avengers, the main thing that has it going for it is that it's a team up. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. You can't like the repetitive music is not better than Guardians.
Look, the Avengers took all this garbage right here
And fix it.
and said, you know what? We have a solid movie somewhere.
Yeah, and they literally just took the best parts out of all the other ones. Like Thor doesn't really talk. It doesn't have anything to say, so they just like give us more Captain America, more Tony Stark, and there you go, Avengers.
Thank you, Colocha, for them bits. Says Marvel
It's
Impact.
bits.
Yes, that opened up to space. We appreciate all them bits. Celebrating our new number 1, making our Incredible Hulk number 10. Look at it, just keep pushing
God.
down. It's gonna be off the list pretty soon.
Good.
So everything's the same with Guardian of the Galaxy being a new number 1. And didn't we have this like pretty?
Technical difficulties. They said no. They don't want Guardians number 1.
There we go. Looks like we're back.
All right.
Ronaldo said, "Which Hulk version is this?" And this is the Edward Norton Hulk, the one that's actually canon to the MCU.
Yeah, not the Steve Bana one.
I still have to go back and watch that. All I remember from that one is Desert.
Mm.
Yeah, don't Edgar. It's just a waste of time.
But with that, that means we're ready.
What's next week?
You guys ready for next week? I like next week. I think a lot of people hate on it, but I think it's decent. I
What
think
is
it's a strong, okay movie.
Is
It
it Ant-Man?
is Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I like this one too.
I think
I
it's
didn't.
I think it's a strong okay.
I'll
It's
put
it's
it.
a meh for me.
It's gonna be somewhere between Iron Man 2 and the first Captain America. Somewhere
Let's
in there for
see.
me.
Just look at our garbage list over here.
Oh, those are the original rankings we had?
Yeah, where's this Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yep, number 10.
10. Under Avengers. Look how far under Iron Man. Look at this. Guys,
Wow, we
failed this
put it
list.
under Iron Man?
You guys failed this list so hard. But yeah, we'll be back next week with Age of Ultron. So do your homework and then you can come join us and talk about it, go through the whole plot and yell about the funny stuff and talk about all the awesome scenes. And then that's about it. What are we doing tomorrow, guys?
We could do either Apex or we could do some Fortnite.
I'll figure it out.
Figure it out. It depends who's available too.
It's true.
We'll probably find something new too. We don't know. We don't know.
We don't know.
Doesn't that feel good going through Guardians of the Galaxy?
Oh
I
yeah,
feel like
this
a
was
good time.
great.
A good time.
Sort of want to watch it
was
again.
It was worth going through all the pain of Thor and Hulk to get to this point where like, good film.
Listen, you have to go through that pain to appreciate all the goodness that's there. See, if you didn't go through these movies, you don't appreciate all the goodness. There's little tidbits of info that are in there that help you in the long run, you know? All right. Thank you to my homie Percival. Thank you to the voice that Ether, to Serge. And we'll be back mañana. Do your homework.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.